Hello, it's Paul, and in this week's video we plan to take a look at yet another R34 GT-R specification, and this time it's the M-Spec. I'm sure you already noticed that this car has been up for sale since last weekend, so let's have a good look at it. There we go. So it will be somewhat complicated to explain the differences between the M-Spec and the basic GT-R, mainly because the M-Spec was based on yet another specification, one we haven't had the time to take a look at yet, the V-Spec II. So just to give you a general idea about the V-Spec II, it replaced the V-Spec I in the year 2000, and it came with bigger brake rotors, a suspension that was even stiffer than was on the V-Spec I, some minor changes inside to the upholstery and such, and a carbon fiber bonnet. Now all of these changes made it to the Series 2 GT-R, even the base one, save for the carbon bonnet. So I won't mention these when talking about the differences between the GT-R and the M-Spec. And yeah, let's finally get to it. So the M-Spec arrived in 2001. Like I just said, it was based on the V-Spec II, so it received all the updates I just mentioned, apart from the carbon bonnet. Yeah, and honestly, I do not know why it happened this way, because I think it's a great shame. I mean, a carbon fiber bonnet would suit this car real good. But it is what it is, I guess. However, there were a couple of differences between the V-Spec II and the M-Spec, and one of the biggest is the suspension. It was a lot softer than it was on the V-Spec II, and it was actually upgraded to a better version, and it included something called ripple control dampers, which absorbed vibrations caused by small holes or ripples in the road surface, making for an even smoother ride. Because you see, the M-Spec is actually the luxurious trim. Yeah, it's all about luxury with this one, which is kind of funny when talking about a 25-year-old Japanese sports car, but nevertheless, it's the luxurious one, and I love it. And so, well, first off, nothing screams luxury and riches more than the new limited color it received, Silica Brass. Yeah, so at first look it looks somewhat similar to Millennium Jade, but where there were some greenish touches in Millennium Jade, well, it was jade after all. Silica Brass is just pure gold here. Yeah, and it's awesome. I actually think this might be one of the best Skyline colors ever. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Now, back where the front lip first introduced on the V-Spec I, and here it's attached to yet another Z-Tune bumper. Pretty wild. And naturally, not just the lip, the carbon fiber rear diffuser also made it to the M-Spec. There we go, very cool as always. However, the biggest change actually was inside, because the M-Spec came with heated leather seats. Yeah, so like just plain old leather seats weren't enough. They received heaters too. And again, this actually is pretty funny because you won't find it on many old JDM sports cars. Now the final touch of luxury here on the steering wheel, the shift lever booth, and on the side brake lever, you can find golden stitches. Yeah, so the stitches were made with a gold colored thread, and it definitely looks awesome, luxurious, and rich. Yeah, I have to say I just love the M-Spec. It's really cool. And I know I mentioned this a couple of times, but this is pretty unusual for a JDM car, this JDM sports car this old, because the cars we deal with daily, naturally, they are beautiful, they look great, they drive great, they sound great, but they aren't exactly what you would call luxurious. Actually, it's rather quite the opposite, yeah, because but it's a good thing, because that allowed the manufacturers to focus on performance. Yeah, focus their attention and their budget on the performance aspect. But obviously there is no rule saying you cannot mix performance with a touch of luxury, which makes the M-Spec all that much more cool. Because essentially this is what it is. It's an R34 GT-R. It just has a few fancy touches here and there. Again, amazing car. It's just astonishing. And this would be it for the M-Spec. Like I already said, this car is up for sale, and it's a great deal too, especially for a low mileage GT-R like this one. So please let us know if you're interested, but be aware it will not wait forever. Now naturally, since this is a 2001 build date, it's still a while until it can get imported to the US. But no worries here. We can store the car for you until it turns of age. Yeah, so make sure to let us know if you're interested, and please subscribe to the channel for more Skyline, GT-R, JDM related content. Yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.